Alexis, she just out the gate, she's like, ooh, you're sexy chocolate, your swag is on 1,000. I love how masculine and confident you are. You so fine. And, oh, you can't sing, can you? Because I hope you can't sing. Because if you sing, it's a wrap. Panties dropping. Hey guys, if you're new, hello, welcome to our channel. If you are not new, welcome back. We appreciate you. I'm Suga. This is my best friend,
Spice.
And today we're going to be reviewing Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 3. But before we do that, we just want to give a shout out to our subscriber of the week, Lee Pepper. Hey, boo. We always see you in our comments. We appreciate you. And we hope you keep coming back to our videos. Make sure, for the rest of you, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And now we have a TikTok at Suga and Spice 88. And don't forget to, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do our new videos. And let's get into it. Okay, so we start the scene with all the women and men coming in. They set up a nice brunch for them to eat. You know, everybody's coming in, talking to each other, mixing and mingling. And one weird thing that happened, Ida comes in and she says she's mad that one of the guys did not wait for her to eat. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? You just keep getting weirder and weirder. I don't know what you're talking about. We're at a brunch. Everyone's here. It's not a first date. Anyway, I'll move on. I just had to point that out. So then nephew Tommy comes in and he said, oh, hey guys, everything. Good morning, beautiful people. One of y'all is getting eliminated. Like he just springs it on them. That one of the women at the end of the brunch will be going home and the guys need to make that decision. So, you know, everyone's mixing and mingling. Of course, the women are making an effort to talk to all the guys because they don't want to get sent home. We just cut scene to Troy just lying. And he's just telling all the women the same line. You know, I just feel a really strong connection here. I feel a really strong vibe. I don't know what it is. Just, I feel a stronger vibe with you than all the women. He's telling all the women the same thing. And, you know, not for nothing, we did say in our prediction that Troy was not one to be happy about. You know, he's not one to look forward to. Right. So I just want to point out that we was right.
Shout out to Alexis, because Alexis actually points out that she doesn't feel authenticity from Troy. She doesn't really feel as though he's being completely honest, and she just has a feeling in the pit of her stomach, and she's right on the money.
Gotta pay attention to those red flags. After we cut away from Troy lying, we switch over to Ida, who for some reason just walks over to David and Stacey having a nice little cute conversation in the corner. And she, can I cut in? All right. No, you ain't got to move over. I'm going to sit right here. Hey, y'all. Then we go to another scene where Stacey is sitting with AJ and Ida just slide on over to her. What's going on? Why you keep cutting in on Stacey?
What? Yeah, what is that specifically about? What did Stacey do to you? Because you are like blocking her right now.
Is there some underlying beef, girl? What's happening? And especially to keep cutting in on the same person.
Yeah.
Do you see anybody else doing that, girl?
Oh, God.
Lord have mercy. So David's sitting and he's talking to some of the girls and he pops out with, you know, I do want to wait till marriage. I want to be celibate until marriage, which is very interesting. I know he did say previously in the first episode that, you know, he was very spiritual. He grew up in the church, but I did not see that coming.
No.
And that's going to be very interesting in a house where I don't see any of these women talking about anything about any type of celibacy. Tressa said, I don't know what she's talking about. What that do. That part. Tressa's not here for it.
No.
Which I guess it's a good thing that David said he's talking to her and he says, oh, I didn't realize how funny Tressa was, but then I walked away with a nice homegirl vibe.
Okay.
Right.
We're going to get to that later.
That part.
Amber and Kris are having a conversation, and Amber actually asked Kris, you know, you probably get a lot of DMs and a lot of people reaching out to you and that want to get to know you. And then he's like, yeah, but you know, it's hard to decipher who really wants Kris and who really wants KG Smooth. Okay.
Kris, you are popular amongst the women because you were on the previous season. Not because you're KG smooth.
Right.
So I don't even know what he's talking about.
So then he says that he wants to have a decent breakdown when it comes to money and that he will be paying majority of the bills, but he doesn't want any woman to feel like they owe him anything just because he's paying majority of the bills. And it's like, wow. Wow.
I feel like you're lying.
You're lying.
You're definitely lying.
Because you know you want to split that thing right in the middle. You ain't trying to split. You ain't trying to take majority of nothing because you already said last season ain't that much money in radio. So you know dang on well you ain't trying to pay majority of the bills.
And you also said, I don't mind taking the back seat. If the woman want to pay everything, I don't mind just filling in the gaps.
And now all of a sudden you gonna take majority of the bills?
Okay.
Amber says everything Kris wants to hear, and she says we gonna split it. No, I don't understand why a woman would do that. Ew. And his whole face, he's like, oh yeah, I love Amber. Amber's my kind of girl. Yeah, we know. We know. You want to split everything right down to dang on. If anything, you want her to take majority of the bills. So yeah, we know.
She a lawyer?
Oh my God.
So then we cut to Ida and Diedrich having a conversation. Ida's just doing her regular rattle off. She just talks. She just be talking just to talk. You know, it's not really a point she's getting to or anything. She just, I don't know if it's nervousness or what, but she kind of just rattles off and just throws out random thoughts. So DJ kind of grabs her hand. He's like, girl, take a breath. I need you to relax. And he basically tells her that, you know, you're not really giving off the best vibes because no one's really had a serious moment with you, a serious talk with you. You're just always cutting up. You're always making jokes. You're always keying. And we don't really know what you're about because you filter it with just nothing but jokes and whatever you're rambling about that day.
Right.
And she says, well, oh, no one ever told me that. Well, you know now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen yourself on TV. So, again, Ida, I hope you fix that because that's a lot.
It is.
So then nephew Tommy comes in and he's like, hey, y'all know what time it is. Elimination time. Who's on the docket? What's going on? They said they are going to send Ida home, which is no surprise to me.
No. But it was a surprise to Ida.
I don't know how, girl.
I don't know how it's a surprise to her because last episode she thought that she was getting sent home, but this episode she's like, oh my God, how could they? But so she continues. She gives everybody a hug. She leaves. Everything seems nice. She makes a little joke like, yeah, don't be grabbing on me. You sent me home, which is weird. And then she says, yeah, no, don't say you miss me because you don't want to send me home. And it's like, oh my God, like what's going on?
No,
like, can't you just say goodbye and leave? So then they try to interview her outside of the restaurant, and she's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting that they decided to send me home when they was grabbing on my booty yesterday. And it's just like,
why would you let them do that? Why is that okay? Grabbing on your booty, what? Y'all, you just met them. So then we go to the scene where AJ takes Alexis out on a date. They are.
It's just tragedy from the start. From the beginning, she calls him sexy chocolate. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, girl?
Oh, God.
Alexis, we're going to have to look forward to, we're going to have to put a sugar and spice advice about Alexis and her forwardness. It's a lot.
It's bad.
So Alexis, she just out the gate, she's like, ooh, you're sexy chocolate. Your swag is on 1,000. I love how masculine and confident you are. You so fine. And, oh, you can't sing, can you? Because I hope you can't sing. Because if you sing, it's a wrap. Panties dropping.
Who says that? Girl, what? At this point, AJ got to go in his confessional. And he said, well, damn, Alexis out-aggressed me. Because it's like, girl.
I just want, and Alexis, you said, yeah, you know, I have a problem when I meet men, you know. The first thing, it's like I have sex written on my forehead. All they want to do is have sex. Well, if you're going on first dates, busting out, talking about how your panties dropping, I wonder why.
The problem is you, Alexis. They think you have sex written on your forehead to men because you lead with sex.
Girl, what are you doing?
What don't you understand about that?
And like we said, and you have to be self-aware. In our Sugar and Spice self-awareness video, go watch that. We say you have to be self-aware.
And
you have to be aware of what you're doing and saying that and how people are perceiving you. So now he's just like, oh, she's jumping into this. Oh, that's what she do all the time?
Right.
She's just out here in these streets like that?
Literally from the beginning of the day, he says he loves her leather pants. He loves the boots. He's attracted to her. By the end of the date, AJ says that he doesn't feel that he wants to continue with Alexis because he feels as though he wants to find somebody who could be a wife. He just don't want to rush into sex and get in a bed with someone. And he wants to find a lifelong partner now.
He says he wants a genuine connection, not just to be about sex.
So, Alexis, you ruined it. You had him, and now you ruined it.
I mean, girl, what the heck?
Like, read the room.
I think it's good for a lot of these people to see themselves on TV because, whoo.
Yeah. So, next scene, Kyra and Jason go out on a date. Like we called it, Jason asks Kyra on a one-on-one date. Come on now.
What can we say?
Yeah, he could say whatever he wants. We know Kyra is his number one. And he confirmed it this episode. So then, okay. He's talking about how beautiful she is and just giving compliments. And, you know, they start talking. And it really seems like Kyra thinks Jason is cute. She calls him adorable. But I don't know if she's feeling him as much as he's feeling her.
The adorable was giving like, oh, he's so cute. Like a friend vibe, not like a my man, like, oh, he is fine, you know. She was like, oh.
Yeah, and Kyra wants a man.
Like a little brother.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But Jason actually gets really, really vulnerable with Kyra. And he talks about how he went through a depression and he went and got counseling for it. He had a pretty dark stage in his life. And, you know, at first Kyra was really concerned. But as Jason talked about it more and more, she felt relieved that, you know, he got help for it. And hopefully this puts her at ease, you know, going forward.
Kyra said that she had a situation in her family with one of her family members where depression ended tragically. So, of course, that's going to be a trigger for her. When you say you have depression, she's automatically like, oh, my gosh, like, you know, I hope it doesn't end the same way.
Right.
So I think that's what the reassurance she got from David was what she was looking for. Like, okay, are you getting help for this? Or are you just like, oh, I don't need no help. I'm a man. Like, you know, because a lot of people, especially in our community, they do that. They're like, oh, I don't need the help. I don't need to talk to anyone. I'm good. Like, no, go see someone.
Exactly.
This is a PSA. If you feel like you need to talk to someone or you feel like you're going through a lot, go get help.
Yeah.
Go talk to someone, please. And if you can't find keep going to therapists till you find one that you click with.
Right.
Don't just stop at one and be like, well, it didn't work out. Keep going back. Okay, we're getting back into it.
So then we go into a wine and paint night, and we have Troy with Amber and Andrea, and then we have Joelle with Liz and Vernisha with David. So we have Troy, Amber, and Andrea, and Troy automatically goes into a food reference talking about he's a piece of chicken in between two sweet juicy buns, and
you're so creepy, Troy.
You're disgusting.
You're so creepy.
So then he starts talking to Andrea, and of course, what are they talking about? Travel. Oh yeah. I want to go to Brazil. Oh yeah, let's go. We should go to Italy. Okay. Oh yes, Italy. Never been there. Sounds romantic. Oh yeah, we should conceive our first child there. Ooh, that would be a great story to tell. Andrea, why are you entertaining him?
Are you crazy?
First of all, Andrea, why are you entertaining him? Second of all, Amber is looking at y'all like, what the hell is going on here?
That would have been me. I'd have been like, what the?
So Amber continued to give him the dirty eye rolls. And then next thing you know, Troy is like kissing Andrea's on the cheek. And then he starts touching her bra, messing with her bra or something like that. And it's just like completely inappropriate.
Yes, you guys are on a dating show. That does not give you the green light to go touching and grabbing on these women and kissing on them and whatnot. What's wrong with you?
Ridiculous.
Just out here
You
grabbing
can't do that. So Liz and Joelle are, they're vibing. They're having a good time. And Liz says that she feels like Joelle is extremely genuine. She feels like he's easy to talk to. And then she says, it doesn't hurt that you're handsome too. That's
Alexis, you see how you can compliment a man without being overtly sexual just okay.
Because Joelle received it, he loved it. Like that was like the best probably compliment he heard that day.
There was no references to food. There was no panties dropping.
None of that. Like, please do better. And Bernicia is paired up with David. They don't really seem like they have too much of a connection, but Joelle does go over to Bernicia, see how she's doing, check on her, give her a couple of words. And that's another thing. With Troy and the two women, he completely dismissed one and fawned over the other one. Whereas Joelle, although he gave Liz an adequate amount of attention, he still made sure to acknowledge Bernicia and still be respectful as well.
He wasn't just slobbing, trying to grab on Liz and be all extra.
Take notes, Troy. My gosh. But, Bernicia doesn't seem too interested in David. So we'll see how that goes. Because I feel like her number one and her only one is Joelle.
I don't really feel like she's looking towards anyone else.
No, yeah. So then we move on to the cooking date where we have a lot of dang on people. Stacey and AJ. Stacey is doing a really good job. Stacey, even when AJ is putting on the apron, she's like wiggling, do a little body language, and she does a great job flirting, but not overtly flirting or being unnecessarily assertive. She leaves a lot of room for the man to finish it up.
She knows
but
how to
she just puts a little bit out. Yeah, she does a great job. So kudos to Stacey for that. Alexis is paired up with Diedrich, and then automatically Alexis is giving Stacey and AJ a whole bunch of attention. Like, oh yeah, our food's gonna come out better than yours. They start making some mac and cheese, and then Alexis is like, oh yeah, that's some sexy cheese. And then Stacey makes a comment about, oh, better not be dry mac and cheese. Oh no. Alexis says, oh no, nothing but moisture over here.
Here she go again.
AJ is like, oh my God. It does not end. It's just too much. And I don't know how Diedrich felt about it, but AJ says in his confessional that it's too overtly sexual. The sexual references, the sexual innuendos. Get that out of here. Stop doing it, please. But Stacey and AJ, they vibe very hard. And I feel like Alexis may have felt that connection, so maybe that's why she was kind of like interacting with them a lot, because she might be jealous of them. But AJ tells Stacey like, ooh, I'm gonna have to watch out for you. And it looks like something might happen there.
So next we go to Diedrich and Tressa. Diedrich and Tressa are having a conversation. Tressa is feeding him food. And then he says that, you know what? I feel like we should go out on a date.
Tressa's like, wait, what?
She was like, what?
A what?
Because they flash back to a scene where Tressa asks, traditionally, am I your type? And he says, well, I used to like your type, but now I prefer a different type. Basically saying he doesn't really like plus size or full figure women. He likes a slimmer woman now. So he says that he really likes Tressa. Her personality is the best amongst all the women in the group. He really vibes with her. He has a connection with her. Tressa says she's just completely shocked, but she'll go. So
Tressa says that she's weary, about going on a date with Diedrich and kind of pursuing this, because although he says that she has the best personality out the group, men don't literally be like, ooh, check her out.
I love her personality.
That personality, though, it just, you don't see it, And she also is a little hesitant because she doesn't want this to be something that is just momentary. She wants to really, truly make sure he actually likes her before she gets her hopes up and starts developing feelings for him. So then we see Stacey talking to Kris, aka KG Smooth. And Stacey is just not impressed with the conversation, and she's like, "Oh, okay. What you doing over there, Diedrich? Oh, okay. I'll come over."
The conversation is giving very dry.
Yeah, she just kind of leaves him and bounces over to Diedrich. Then we see Kyra. Kyra walks over to AJ, and Kyra asks to have some of that okra that he made, and he feeds it to her. And she says, "Oh yeah, this is a little salty." And it's just Kyra.
She's throwing shots at the whole him not paying for the date and all of that.
This is the problem with a lot of women specifically. Y'all say that y'all want to move forward and forgive, and then every single time something happens, related or non-related, you want to bring back the past. Let me tell you something. If you can't get over the past, then don't move forward with that person.
If you're gonna say you're gonna forgive, then forgive. If you know you can't let it go, then just say what it is and just say, "Look, I can't forgive you for this because I'm gonna be thinking about it all the time. I'm gonna be bringing it up every 5 minutes." If you know that's the situation, just let it go.
Be honest with yourself.
Friendships, relationships, whatever type of relationship. Like you said, be honest with yourself. If you know you can't let it go,
then cut off the relationship.
Because you're dragging it out.
It's not worth
it.
She goes into her confessional and she's like, "I don't know if he's going to be my El Cheapo or my little handsome chocolate drop." First of all, stop calling him El Cheapo. Because that's disrespectful as F.
You said you guys were going to start fresh. You said it was going to be a clean slate. That's not a clean slate.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Be honest. And you're the one who keep walking over there to him.
Not for nothing.
Don't keep walking over there to him if you want to keep calling him El Cheapo. Leave him alone.
Not for nothing. You are the same one who said it was a while ago. But you just still keep bringing it.
Come on now. Stop. So now we get together and the men are here to collaborate.
It's elimination time.
Before they get started, Jason mentions that Joelle helped him move and was there for him when he needed him, and he was working hard for him, and it makes Joelle get very sensitive, and all the guys co-sign what Jason says about Joelle, and, they have a real good, sentimental moment. From that point, they start going into who everybody likes. Diedrich starts off and he mentions that his top 4 has changed. Tommy says, "How so? How has your top 4 changed? Some people moved up, some people moved down." "Oh yeah? Who moved up into your top 4? Dresser." Like, all dramatic, all the effects, it's not even.
No, he talked like that.
He goes to say that, she has a great personality. She's super fun. Tommy says she's a very smart woman. And, he gets all great compliments about Tressa. Tommy goes around the room and talks to AJ. AJ says that, he likes Alexis, but he feels like Alexis is a little assertive. And Jason is in the background like,
There's a couple of guys who co-signed that one.
Yeah, and so Tommy says, "Well, is she still in your top?" And AJ says, "She's in the mix." You know what that's code for, right? That's code for, I'm going to keep her here as long as I can because I know she'll never vote me out and she'll always be a positive vote for me. But I'm only going to keep her here so I can get to know other women, not necessarily her.
That's another thing with being so forward, so sexual. You're in the bag.
Yeah.
You're on the shelf. I already bagged you.
I can count on
There's
your
no
vote.
challenge. I don't have to worry about trying to get to know you, trying to
impress you. None of that.
Next. I already got her. Next. She said panties dropping. Next. And I can focus my energy on the other women who are actually a challenge for me.
Right. So then Jason talks about Kyra, and Jason says Kyra completely blew him out of the water and that he had such a great time with her. And he's just like has all these compliments for Kyra. Tommy asks, so is she in your top? Most definitely. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to Troy, and Troy says that he notices that Amber she's not really receptive to the kisses on the cheek so much.
His signature move.
Oh my gosh. So then Tommy's like, oh yeah, she verbalized that to you? And Troy's like, well, no, she, kind of just showed me through her body language that she didn't really like that too much. And all the guys in the room are laughing, cracking up. And Troy is just like continuously talking. So Tommy goes and he says, Troy, you don't think it's a little bit too soon to be kissing people on the cheek that you just met? And Troy is like, well, for some people it might be. Tommy tries to break it down even further. He says, if you got a room full of 10 women, you can't kiss half of them.
The things that you would think are common sense.
Like, how do we get you to understand that this is not okay? And this is what I'm saying. Men, hold men accountable. Don't dance around it.
Right.
Tommy, tell him straight up. It's inappropriate. All you guys laughing, tell him straight up. It's not okay. Stop doing it.
You don't just meet a woman and just grab all on her.
Oh.
Some women are not that direct. Some women are a little more shy, or they're afraid, or maybe they've been in prior situations where it kind of triggers them for a man to be that they just met feeling all up on them. And they tighten up. Some people freeze in those certain situations and don't know how to express that they are uncomfortable verbally. Right. They'll just do it with body language. And you have to, that's why you really, in situations like those, the best situation is to let the woman lead the way. As far as if she does not give you those cues that's okay, you don't just jump in and just be like, well, let me see how she reacts to this. No, you don't do that. You have to get consent, permission. I don't know why we're still explaining this in 2021, but that consent is necessary.
And all these black men in the room, and nobody is standing up and saying, Troy, you're crossing the line.
Absolutely. You're doing too much.
Not to generalize, but when black women say that they don't feel like some black men stand up for them, there's some validity there.
Not for nothing. There's a certain way of thinking that people have when it comes to these types of situations. Like, oh, why didn't she say something? Why didn't this? Why didn't that? And instead of blaming the person who is doing it, you're blaming the victim for not speaking out soon enough. But then when they speak out soon enough, you say they're lying.
Or over-exaggerating.
So, you know what I mean? You have to be aware of what you're saying in those types of situations. And like you said, you have to, in your circle, in your group, hold people accountable.
I just want men to hold other men accountable. Because when women try to hold men accountable, our voices are not heard.
And they're not.
But when a man holds another man accountable,
they will listen.
So then Tommy goes around the room, and a lot of the men are saying that they don't like Tressa, like she's in a lot of their bottoms. And they're saying that she's giving them the homie vibe. They're saying they don't see a romantic connection with her. And it's sad to see, because I really do feel like it's all because she's plus size.
Honestly.
That's what I think. They go around the room again, and they say that Andrea is also in their bottom. Now, as far as Andrea goes, Jason specifically says that he has an aggressive personality, and he just feels like when it comes to Andrea, it just isn't a right fit there. That, to me, is a qualifying reason for why you should eliminate somebody.
No connection.
I thought that before you get married or to have a successful relationship, you have to be friends first.
Right.
So what are y'all looking for? Are y'all just looking for sexual partners, or are you looking for lifelong?
And that's what I was saying before in our other review about men, certain men, not all men, putting women in a they don't know what they want, and they put women in a box, and then they'll say, oh, I want a woman who makes me laugh and do this and that, but then when they get it, now all of a sudden, oh, it's not attractive enough. I want my woman to kind of like sit back a little more and be a little more calm. And it's like, you don't even, honestly, the real thing is you don't know what you want.
That's it.
That's the real problem.
That's what it comes down to. So then we're doing our elimination sit downs. And Andrea comes in and she's meeting up with David. She got the thigh high with the jean short. She looks super, super good.
One thing I didn't like about this scene is that both women were under the impression that they were just going on a date.
Yeah, what was that about?
That, like, Andrea and Tressa were both like, yeah, going out for a date with David, going out for a date with Diedrich. Yeah, even Andrea was like, yeah, got my little boots on, I just wanted to look good for him. And
that was messed up.
That like, why would you do that? Hey, yeah, I want to take you out on a date. Elimination time.
Oh my God. What? And Tressa, Lord Jesus, poor Tressa. Diedrich is putting her through the ringer.
A heart attack over there.
You know, the men had a deliberation, and not for nothing, you were in a lot of men's bottoms, but I advocated for you, and I
don't know how to say this.
But I won.
And scene.
And David goes through this whole thing. He starts asking her, how does she feel that she's doing amongst the guys? He's asking her, is there anything that she felt that she could do more of? She's like, yeah, I feel like I could be more assertive. Like, why are y'all doing this?
Right. Why are you dragging it? It's like you giving me a lecture before you know you're about to fire me. Like, so,
right.
How do you like this job?
No.
Do you feel like there's anything you could do to
improve your performance? Problematic.
Bruh, just say it. So, yeah, how's everything? Cool. So me and the guys were talking. You came up in a lot of men's bottoms. So she's like, oh,
everybody?
Really?
Everybody
said this? Yeah, we just want to say that you're not ready to love. She's like, what the? Huh? What you mean?
Is that right?
Oh. Well then. So everybody said this.
Like, how could you not take it offensively? You weren't even prepared.
At all. Thought I was going on a hot date. Didn't know I was going to get sent home.
Right. So, that sucks.
Then David tries to give her this motivational speech.
Oh my God.
Like, just tell me I'm eliminated, bro. Don't do all that.
Have a nice day.
One day in a time in life, you will find the man who is right for you.
Amen.
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 Let's collect offering.
Lord.
Like, why are you doing all that? Just
right
tell
now.
her, look, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're eliminated. Woo. All right, cool. Have a good day. You don't got to give her. She don't want to hear all that. I know I wouldn't. I'd be like, bro, I don't.
Have a nice
Spare me. Yeah. Let me go.
Pay for the drinks. Let me have a drink to go.
Right. How about that?
So that's all we have for you guys. That is Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 3.
Make sure you look forward to, we will have 2 Sugar and Spice advice concerning this episode coming out soon. Look forward to those coming out this week.
Yes, and as always, please make sure that you like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that notification bell so that you can get all the alerts when we drop a new video. And don't forget to follow us at Instagram and Twitter at Sugar and Spice 88, and now also TikTok at Sugar and Spice 88. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning. Good energy. Today we gon' spread good energy. Today we gon' share good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Wake up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline, nourishing.
Good
What you
energy.
put